Pathmonk is the AI for website conversions. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in the buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50% by adding Pathmon to your website in seconds, letting the AI do all the work and increase conversions while you keep doing marketing as usual. Check us out on pathmon.com. Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Pathmon Presents. Today we're joined by Tetiana Kobzar. She's the founder of Diversido. Tetiana, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for having me.
Of course, more than glad to have you. And in fact, I'm excited. We had a chat briefly before starting this, and you told me a little bit about Diversido. But what about sharing it with our audience right now, Tetiana? Can you tell us the big idea behind your company, and how would you describe it to someone new?
So the big idea behind the company is helping startups to bring their products to the market, to make them engaging, to help them with any technical needs they may have, and let them focus on the business part, on the marketing and other things. So we focus on mobile web development. We help with website creation, UI, UX design, testing, like anything that our clients need, we help them.
That's awesome. And I'm sure that, these days this is my assumption, right? But it might be hard to differentiate, right? When you do software development or any kind of development, really, right? Now, are there any specific type of businesses that you prefer? Let me not say prefer, because maybe some of your clients will listen to this, so but let's say that it's easier to work with, or you kind of like have more exciting projects to care about, and where your services really shine, do you think?
So like a lot of startups, because startups are innovative, they are exciting, they are always interesting ideas. So that's why we love working with startups. We have a very good experience in IoT, in EdTech, and in health tech. So that's why it's our like primary focuses. But we have a pretty cool projects in the different industries as well.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I see you're being diplomatic here. You don't want to, uh, but no, I understand, and it's exciting to work with startups. I work with many startups myself, and Pathmark is a startup, so there's some kind of buzz, with working with a startup and different roles that you cover, right? But I'm curious, how do most of your clients or potential clients discover you? And are there any marketing channels that have become your go-to for bringing in new clients at the moment?
Majority of our clients still come to us by recommendation from our previous clients, or our previous clients returning to us with the new projects because they like working with us. So that's still like our main client acquisition channel. We have a couple of clients who like good ones who come from our website. Some of them coming from LinkedIn. So there are like a different channels, but the recommendations are the top one.
Word of mouth, right? That's the
That's
oldest
true.
one and the most effective one, because when you work with someone and they'll talk about it to a friend or a colleague or a business partner or whatever, it's always going to be, okay, this person recommended, X company. I'm going to check them out before I do any Googling or anything like that, right? So that's awesome. Speaks to the quality of your service, and the care for your customers. So props to you. Now, tell us a little bit about Diversido, right? Because obviously, we know you act as an agency, but how did it come about? Like, what's the story behind Diversido, and how did it all start for you as a founder?
I worked in startup myself before founding my
Of course.
company, and the startup it didn't succeed, and we stayed with the team and decided to start our own company and help startups because we understand the ecosystem, we understand how it goes, and we were a bit tired of fundraising and other parts of the startup world that we were not very successful in, but we knew how to build the solution software, and we were very confident in that. So that's why we decided that we will bring this value to other people who can do the fundraising on their side.
Yeah, it could be pretty stressful and cutthroat as as an industry, whatever industry you are in. If you're in a startup, and it's a little bit crazy, right? Especially when investors get involved and things like that. And that there are good parts of it. It's as with anything in life, there are good parts of it, or bad kind of parts of it. But it's interesting that so basically the team that was at the startup, you guys kind of transition to forming an agency together? Is that how it worked?
Yes, and
Oh wow.
we split at some point. I mean, because we started two with one more person, so we were partners there. But we split after 3 years working together, and then I continued like a sole founder after that. But the beginning was like yes, team.
Oh wow, that's crazy. And it's been going for more than a decade now, right?
Yeah,
Initially it was
yeah,
you and then, things changed and now you have a team. That's amazing.
yeah.
That's speaks to the work you guys are doing and I'm sure that's even the companies you work with, you mentioned word of mouth, right? That's a big one. Um, Now, I wanted to touch on because you did mention the website, maybe a couple leads come through the website. How much of a role does your website play in pulling in new clients at the moment? And is there anything about it that you think really works, or maybe things that you got your eye on improving? How do you see the website right now?
I think it plays a less important role that it should. And that's why we are planning a huge redesign, like rebranding and completely new website, because I see a lot of potential in that still. Even I know the rumors that like search engine optimization is dead, but I don't think so. I mean that anyway, the same rules that work in SEO applied in the GPT search as well. So I'm pretty sure that it's like making a good website is still very important. What I see works for us is the content, quality
Hmm.
content, and especially the content that was not made by just the keyword research and the content plan, but more something that we just okay, so our client, they constantly ask it, so we're explaining it all over again. So let's just write a blog post or the separate landing page explaining this, and we'll just send a link to them. And that actually those type of pages work the best. So yeah, so for us the content works, and also recently we are trying a couple of like lead magnets, sharing some interesting or useful resources, checklists, in exchange of for email, and
Hmm.
but we are still like I cannot say if it works well enough or not, because we are just a couple of months doing it, just for a couple of months.
Okay, fair enough. And it's interesting you mentioned that the content is not necessarily the one that you uh, plan out, like in a sense of SEO and keywords, as you mentioned. It's more whatever happens in the team when it comes to brainstorming and actually doing something that the person doing the content, writing the blog post or shooting the video, whatever the case may be, is enjoying it, right? It shines through. Like if you enjoy what you do, like for example, I love doing this podcast, right? So I I hope, that out there it's enjoyable, but at the same time, it's not necessarily done because of organic search or anything like that. It just comes from a personal kind of passion, let's say, right?
Yeah, I
Uh,
totally agree.
yeah. So I just want to switch gears for a second here, Tatiana. I want to talk about you as a leader, if you don't mind. And can you just give us a glimpse into your typical workday, maybe the main things you focus on a day to day? Let's say a day in the life of Tatiana, right? What do you do, and what's it like being in your shoes?
Do you know this meme with the dog who is sitting at the table and drinking tea, and
Like,
it is
I'm
fire
fine.
like everywhere? I'm fine. So that's my typical day. Usually, because like I'm founder and our company is still not that big, so we have about 30 people in the team, and I'm wearing a lot of hats. I'm My main responsibility is business development, marketing, and sales. But still, I manage a couple of projects. I work with some clients, especially our long-term clients who are my accounts, let's say, and they require attention from time to time. Sometimes it needed to be like, managing people or helping with like performance reviews or other things. So that's like, a combination of everything. So it's very hard to say what every day brings to me.
Hmm.
So there is like every day is atypical, I would say.
Yeah, no day is the same, right? There's
No,
no okay.
never.
No, that's fair enough. Well, I guess let me ask you then, what is it that you enjoy the most doing in your day when it comes to all the things you do?
Mm, that depends. I'm a passionate person, so I'm very easy to get excited about some new ideas, and that's why the most interesting and the most enjoyable part is something that I am enthusiastic about at the moment. So at this particular moment, it's marketing. That's probably why we are here as well. So I am like a lot into like personal brand development, brand awareness, demand generation, and all those type of things. So that really drives me now, and I'm really excited about it. So this part of the job, that's what I want to do when I can. So I do it all the time that I can dedicate to it.
Okay. And if I make a note, if I may, just make a note here. I can see that for your LinkedIn, you're active on it, you're posting videos, you're on it, right? You're consistent and you're putting out content. And when it comes to personal brand, I think it's one of the main things, really, just to keep posting and showing, bits of how you think, and then how you operate and things like that. So, and it shows, I think, from your profile, right? But there's a flood of content out there, right? So you said marketing is exciting you at the moment, personal branding and whatnot. And I'm assuming you're learning also about it as you go along, right? So I'm curious, how do you stay focused and keep learning all of these topics? And if you could share, if there are certain places or kind of resources or people that you turn to for inspiration, that, let us know, because that's also something that I am interested in. I'm sure the people listening are interested in.
If it comes to LinkedIn, so I'm in this community of Amelia Sordell. She's brilliant for the personal branding and all the recommendations about content, LinkedIn. So she's the person I learned from LinkedIn wise. There is also XQL Group that I graduated their marketing course recently. That's actually Ukrainian agency, but they are very good in specific marketing dedicated to the service companies like mine. So they are like very they have a very narrow niche, but it was a lot of useful information and tips and other things. Um, Books. I'm very so that's another topic that excites me so much is like behavioral design and behavioral science. So that's why I am when I have time, which is not that often, unfortunately. But so I read books. So
Hmm.
like the last one I read was Atomic Habits, and now I'm just I just downloaded and want to reread it. Design of Everyday Things. I read it
Oh
like
yeah,
I don't
that's a
know,
good one.
100 years ago, but I decided that I want to read it again. Yeah, so like the different one. One of my favorite books, also like reread it 2 times, is Octalysis framework, Octalysis gamification.
Hmm.
Or it's actionable gamification about Octalysis framework by Yuka Cho. It's also like brilliant. it's like it's about gamification, but it's more on the people psychology, how they take decision, why they do things or don't do things. So like, this is my main places where I get my knowledge.
No, I can tell. You lit up when you were talking about it. So that's it's clearly something you're passionate about. We're coming towards the end of our time, and maybe we'll touch on that a little bit more, on learning and books and whatnot. But what we typically do, and to wrap things up, let's say, is a rapid fire segment of the podcast, right? So rapid fire questions, so, pretty self-explanatory, but quick question, quick answer, and then we jump to the next one and wrap things up. Would you be ready for it?
Yes.
All right. So you already said it, but I'm gonna kind of, open it up again. Do you prefer watching, listening, or reading?
Reading.
Okay. So then, what's the latest book you picked up? And I know you said Atomic Habits, right? So it could be that if you want to, or a different one. And were there any ideas or gems that really stuck with you in it?
From Atomic Habits, it was this idea that think of something that you enjoy doing and you would do it and you are ready to pay for it, that other people think as a hard work, and just invest your time in that. And this I really like this idea. I never thought about it because the society and everything, they say that you need to put a lot of effort to get some success, but in reality there are some things that are easier for you than for other people naturally. Just I don't know why, but you like those things, and so try to do them more and think of how you can go in this direction. So this was like pretty unusual idea, and it stuck with me.
Yeah, that's an amazing book. I can tell you that. I read it at least twice. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
I'm with you 100%. Now, if you had a magic wand, Tatiana, and could fix one frustrating thing in your marketing life with tech, what would it be?
um, it would be easy and fast and good content. Make it easier, faster, and better.
Okay, just like that, at the wave of a magic wand,
Yes.
right? Okay. Um, then what's one repetitive task that you love to put on autopilot forever?
It's following people I'm interested in, but make it automated somehow. I mean, so just make a notification about their activity and make it easier to comment and other things. Like, if it would be gathered around all the social media in some one place, so I would really love it.
Better curation. That's what I hear, right? Better, I mean,
Okay.
at least if not a better algorithm. Sometimes it's not like that at all, but I feel you. If you could go back, Tatiana, and give your past self a quick pep talk at the start of your journey as a founder, what kind of advice would you give yourself?
I would say work on your personal brand from the day one.
Okay. Do you think that's the main thing to focus on?
I think that is something that really helps and that stays with you, and it's like it never hurts, and it's yeah. So anyway, in general, I think that I would give myself recommendation to start investing in marketing as early as possible, because like we started to work with marketing only a couple of years ago. Before that, it was like only outreach, and that I think was a mistake. So I wanted to I would advise myself to do it earlier, and also start to work with personal brand, because people buy from people, and being noticed is important and being trusted is important. So it's like yeah, so I would do it.
That's a bullet of wisdom right there. Tatiana, I want to thank you for being on the show with us today. And as we wrap things up, I want to give you the last word also. So if someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is the one thing that they should remember about your company and the work you guys are doing?
Um, I think that if you want to find a reliable people to work with who like stay with you whatever happens and cover all your technical issues, even if you don't have somebody in the team, we will help you to find the right guys out there. That us at Diversido.
Amazing, amazing. Maybe we'll see the next unicorn coming out of, working with you guys. So who knows, right?
Hope so.
If someone wants to check you guys out, where should they go? How can they get in touch with you?
Our website is a good place at diversito.io or my LinkedIn page. I am there every day and I answer all my messages personally, so I would be happy to see you guys there.
Perfect. Tatiana, thank you again for your wisdom and for sharing your story with us and for some good book recommendations. Now,
Thank you, Rick.
I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope we can do it again soon. Maybe we can have another episode, another chat. But until then,
It's
thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.